Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Sentinel Sports Extra Cleveland Cavaliers pregame report. We're here today at Rocket Arena for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Cavaliers and the visiting Detroit Pistons. The Cavaliers won on Wednesday night, 117-113 in overtime, and could close it out tonight. So we want to tell you that this Sentinel Sports Extra pregame report is brought to you by CT Roofing and Power Wash, and it's the official roofer of the Lake County Sentinel, and they can help you with your roofing needs, your siding needs. They work with insurance companies for you to file a claim. They can help rebuild decks. They power wash. They'll power wash your deck, your house, your drive, your stairs. They'll even do demolition. So call them today at 440-278-0506 for a free estimate. They'll come right out. So as we said, the Cavs won 117-113 in overtime the other night. There's been a lot of complaining by the Detroit media, the Detroit fans, and of course by the Detroit coach, JB Bickerstaff. But we're not surprised at that, because JB did a lot of complaining and whining when he was the Cavs coach. That's what he does. He complains. He whines. He never fixes the problems in big games, but he complains and whines an awful lot. So that's what we saw. But before we get to this game tonight, I want to say that my thoughts are with the Eastlake North track athlete who was injured yesterday in the Western Reserve Conference track meet at Mayfield High School, and I feel, really bad and for him or her, and hopefully they recover and are able to continue with whatever they want to do in their lives. What we know is if the Cavaliers were to win tonight and, finish off the series, it would be their seventh trip to the Eastern Conference Finals. They've been there 6 other times, and they've advanced 5 other times. So I think that I feel good about tonight. I feel like they've got a really good shot at winning this. The Detroit and the national media, they're still complaining about the non-call that the NBA said was a good non-call. The NBA admits the next day a lot of times when their officials made a mistake, but they're standing by this one and saying it was a good non-call. That the contact was by both guys, not just by Jared Allen. Asar Thompson too. So I think that JB Bickerstaff, he'll cry. He can cry all he wants, but I think that you really can't. You really cannot just blame one thing for losing or winning a game. But let's face it, JB is no different than when he was here. He complains a lot. He whines a lot. And he never talks about the actual issues, why his teams may have lost the game. It's always about the officiating. Or the other team was a bunch of bullies. He likes to do that one too. If he wants to talk about bullies, you ought to look at some of the guys on his team, that bully. Duncan Robinson, Asar Thompson. Some of those guys, some of those other guys. Who am I forgetting? I'm forgetting somebody, but he ought to look at them if he wants to talk about, bullying or guys getting away with fouls. What I'm hoping happens tonight is that Kenny Atkinson and the Cavs take advantage of J.B. Bickerstaff's lack of acknowledging the issues his team had, and they come out quick and they put any doubt to rest who's the better team in this series, because we know it's the Cavaliers. Pistons might have had a better record during the season, but the Cavs are the better team. We know that. I think anybody around the NBA knows that they're a more talented roster and they're a better team. But, I'm sure J.B. Bickerstaff will find some excuses to whine and complain, because that's what he does. I mean, that's what he's done his whole career, even when he was the Cavs coach. I remember, looking down toward the Cavs bench during games thinking, God, he's complaining again. He's complaining again. So he complains an awful lot. So I hope that Cavs can just come out and take advantage of that tonight. Come out and take advantage of it, win the game, finish the series off. So the injury report as of 4:30 has Kevin Huerter, questionable right abductor strain for the Pistons. Also, Karis LeVert, questionable right heel contusion. And Duncan Robinson has been upgraded to questionable lower back soreness. So we'll see. He's probably, in his case, he probably has to go out and test it to see if he's able to, play. But I would expect it'll be all hands on deck for the Pistons tonight. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. So that presents different challenges for the Cavs. But they are at home with this crowd. They're giving away these awesome shirts to everybody. They're on the seats. The Beat Detroit shirt. Let them know on it. So the crowd is going to be electric, like it always is here at Rocket Arena, and I expect that'll play a big role in the Cavs rolling to victory tonight. I really think they will. It might not be easy. We know one thing we know about this 2025-26 Cavs team. They don't like to make it easy, right? But I think they're going to win this game tonight. I really do. I felt good when I woke up this morning about it. And I just think they're going to finish it off tonight. And then the Pistons will be wondering what's next. Because we're stuck with J.B. Bickerstaff because we just signed him to an extension. But it's the same thing over and over with him. And hopefully the Cavs prove that out tonight. But they're doing some testing of the pregame and the stuff that'll be going on during timeouts here. It's always exciting to see what they do before the game starts. But we will be back with you after the game is over tonight. Approximately a half hour after the game ends, we will be on. I'll finish writing my article, and then I'll be on. You could read my article at LakeCountySentinel.com. Sentinel, Sentinel. So I would have to say, hopefully we'll see you after a victory. I think we will see you after a victory, and enjoy watching the game. And have a good night, everybody.